Evening, everybody. Welcome to Raw as Ginger. Joined by Matt Rinaldi, returning again. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
Thank you for having me, my man.
And we had to get Kev for this video because we're talking about someone that very close to Kev's heart, but someone that he has had basically a hard on for ever since I've known he liked wrestling. It's gonna be about R-Truth and him surprisingly being released. So at that point, I'm going to throw it to Kev by asking, "Are you okay?"
No,
I didn't think you were.
no, I'm not. This is it's so devastating to hear after he disappeared for a bit. He came in as K quit. They didn't enjoy him because he was a bit too hyper for them. He went away, won the NWA title, done a run in TNA, and then come back because they'd learned, I was a bit of a dick. So he came back, and ever since he came back, he's been a staple in WWE.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, after this match that he had with John Cena, to just go and can him.
Yeah, I was speaking to Mark just before we came on because I think we jinxed it.
Yeah,
Because
definitely, man.
our first Raw's Ginger back in over a year, and it was when it was R-Truth v John Cena, and then we find out he's getting canned, and we're like, right,
Okay.
we have to talk about this shit. Mm.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe it. It was a shock. I thought it was. Everybody else thought it was one of these April Fool's jokes.
Yeah.
Said when he was playing the whole playing dumb shit, man. But
Hmm.
I'm gutted. But I'm hoping that maybe TNA maybe grab him because I think Tommy Junior's quite interested in him.
Mm. It would certainly be interesting, like if WWE let him go and TNA get him, so he still pops up in WWE. What? And it could be a character, like he just turns up, like he's never actually left.
Well, they could do that. They done that with Dolph Ziggler.
Hmm.
So
There's potential, but
he could
it's
come back in as Pay Quick again.
mm, he could, or finally
Yeah.
come back as Ron Killings.
Oh, aye.
Because he's done comedy for a very long time, which is what a lot of fans associate him with. They forget that he was a really solid heel, a really good heel.
I think he put his best work in and being a heel.
Hmm.
Especially when he was sacked with the Miz. Oh, aye. The Triple H. Attacking everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic. Because the Miz was like just a bit of an annoying heel.
Mm.
But then when they put him with R-Truth and then they done that and then they brought them back, but that was fantastic.
Mm.
And then with all that stuff, R-Truth's been sacked, Carlito's been sacked, the Miz has deleted everything about WWE, these
Mm.
socials, and it's like,
Yeah, and
is he going as well?
Sarah Logan got cut as well. But I
Mm-hmm.
think she got cut. We heard about that this morning. There is something going around. It's a bit of a touchy subject, but I wanted to address it with you guys to hear your opinions on it. With R-Truth being sacked, with one of Triple H's first sackings being like Bobby Lashley and stuff, they're crying out that Triple H is racist. What? And I personally am finding it harder and harder to defend the guy because he's not doing himself any favors. Even when you
See,
look
to be
back to
fair,
his stuff when he was a wrestler, the Booker T
mm,
thing alone, that could
I
get.
suppose.
Well, and then what the DX stuff with the Nation of Domination, and he was one of the ones that pitched the idea.
To
It's
be
what.
fair, I seen online earlier on it was saying something about Triple H is getting rid of all the Vince guys. Like so, he's totally wiping out all the Vince McMahon favorites, so he can start stacking his own. Just think about it. Austin Theory, for one, he was doing amazing. At US Championship run was pretty awesome as well. Vince McMahon got the bullet. He ended up going down to the mid card. It was already a mid card, sorry, but he was going down to the tag team division and not really winning much matches.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley got sacked. So, and our truth, he's away because Vince McMahon apparently he liked him. So he
Mm,
did. He was his fucking entertainment guy.
yeah. It took
He
him a
put the
while
heat
to get
into
into Vince's
entertainment.
good graces as well.
No, aye, yeah.
But what about you, Kev? What the Triple H, what racist, what theory? What do you think the evidence is piling up?
It's like you said, it started off like wee bits here and there. It's like he's for a different era. It's casual racism. The people that are working with him, they accept it, and it's like they're putting them in matches with people like The Rock and Mark Henry, and if he was blatantly racist, they would just slap the shit out of him. Especially Mark Henry.
Hmm.
He doesn't stand for it. He's openly said that if he hurt anybody, he has just went and slapped the shit out of them, which I think's fair enough.
Yeah.
But then with the hurt business, all of them gone.
Yeah,
Yep.
No R-Truth. Like like Mark was saying, it's a lot of the Vince people as well, because Vince
Hmm.
loved Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
He loved MVP. He loved Shelton Benjamin.
Yep.
So
It's
it could be a combination of both,
mm,
and it just so happens to be that he's not racist. It's just getting rid of the Vince people. But then in that way, he'd have to get rid of Brock. He'd have to get rid of Roman Reigns. He'd have to get rid of Seth. He'd have to get rid of Drew McIntyre.
mm,
in a
Because
sense, he
all of
kind of
them,
has.
yeah.
aye,
Do you think
If you
like
think
who's
Triple
going
about
to
H
it.
is? You think Triple H is letting that kind of rule slide with Reigns and Rollins because they originally started out as NXT guys with him?
That's actually a
possibly.
good team.
I mean,
I didn't
technically
think
they're
that.
Dusty guys because it was him that brought them in.
Hmm.
So it could be that in a sense.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
it is starting to stack up a bit, and it's like, what is it?
yeah. And it's the same kind of deal as like because with what the theory running with is that he's getting rid of the Vince guys as a sound theory, but then he drops Carlito, who he brought
Mm,
back for a 2 year
I
deal,
know.
and then is cut, and he ain't white. We just
It's the
we
budget cut I'm going for. TKO is doing the budget cuts again, and if you're not making the cut, then you're gone. But
mm,
again, I don't understand with the Wyatt Six when they just made a comeback. They've not been seen on the telly for about maybe a year, going on a year maybe.
yeah,
Our truth, he's been constant, and he had a good match with John Cena, and you'd think the way they played it off, you'd think they were going to be then there
yeah.
with our truth and John Cena.
I genuinely
mm,
think that like what El Ron Cena, as he was being called, I think he carried him. I think he carried him
Oh,
through that match.
100%, 100%.
Because you think like what Archer's 53, he's gonna be 54 what next year. He
Crazy.
can still go like he's a 30-year old.
I
Mm,
know.
Like he's
He has
absolutely like
been missed a bit.
mm, it's like whatever fountain of youth that he's got access to, like everybody would like trade their grand for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's unreal. It was like, and I was the same as you, Mark. See, when I first looked at it, I thought, yeah, he's doing the thing. He's confusing June 1st with
hmm
April 1st. It's an April Fool's, but and everybody thought it. Like even like the more experienced wrestling like podcasters were all the same at first, but for me, it clicked. It was real when quote unquote legitimate news agencies started reporting it,
Aye.
and it was like, fuck, what? No,
It was a shock, so it was.
I think it still is. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the entire like social media sphere, like for wrestling, has blown up because of this
Oh,
R Truth thing. What and obviously, and Raw last night, what time of recording Monday Night Raw, the audience hijacked the show. What did you guys think of that?
oh, that was
You knew it
amazing.
was coming. You knew it was coming though.
Hmm.
100%.
And
It
the
was
fact that
coming.
they had to start the show with CM Punk so that he could control what was happening because they're
Hmm.
not going to try and overshout CM Punk because they want to hear what he's going to say.
Yeah.
So that was that right. We can't have somebody going out that isn't established enough to be able to curtail the crowd. So we'd have to have somebody like CM Punk or Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Mm.
Someone that knows how to work a crowd, and the crowd will listen that because they have that aura. Well, but then after that, it was just the "We Want Our Truth" chants. I was just like, Good on you.
It was unbelievable. So it was.
Mm. Like the thing that you touched on as well, Mark, like it's like it's another round of cuts. What that was something that I think I'd sent you the Stevie Richards reaction about
Okay.
it, and he'd said that it's like it used to be like WrestleMania close season. That was when the budget cuts would happen.
People look up.
That's when
Mm-hmm.
you would find out like who was getting cut, who was getting their nuts cut off. What, yeah, because there's something like Jim Cornette said, and it was essentially that kind of thing. What you
Mm-hmm.
find out you're getting your nuts cut. What, but doing this now, what it's like it is like it's putting a culture of fear into the wrestlers because they're like they can cut us at any time, and
And anybody
yeah,
apparently. Yeah.
hmm to anyone because we'll now jump into like what the man of cool himself, Carlito, what another one who was regularly in storylines, wasn't doing much wrestling wise, but was still involved in major
Mm-hmm.
spots. That Braun Breaker spear is going to go down highlight reels until the end of time.
Oh, yes, that's got that top moment in their feature
Hmm
films when they bring it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like he was always there. He was always involved doing something. What they just like, nah, we're no renewing your contract. Like, do you think some of the old stereotype of Carlito being lazy just came back and bit him in the backside?
That, but he's just recently won a world title at Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he has, I've seen that in the news feeds the other day there, man.
Because a
So,
lot of people were
I don't
talking about
know.
how he was gonna. They were like, "Oh, he's gonna turn up to Raw with with that title belt. This will be another bit of history. This is gonna be awesome." And then and
Mm,
again, it didn't
no,
feel real because it was just so quickly after our truth dropping it.
I know. It just felt wrong. It didn't
Hmm
feel right. I thought Monday Night Raw felt quite weird watching it. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
no, definitely, man.
Aye.
It's like because he'd made a point to mention that his contract was up in 2 weeks. He never said that he was like released. He's just it was a case of like I'm not renewing my contract essentially. So a lot of people were
Mm,
thinking, is he going to turn up on Raw? And this could be something unprecedented, but hiding her hair.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was a WWE call or a TKO call?
I think that
That's
was a
definitely the
TKO.
Hmm.
I think a lot of these budget cuts are definitely TKO because yeah, ever since they've took over, the cutting, like the budget cuts through it, it's been terrible.
Hmm.
Especially like Braun Strowman away as well. Again, how many times is that he's been released? Like 3 times.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, what I mean, it's like come on, fuck man, that fella knows how to sell an arena, like,
hmm
and then they're just letting them go.
And you even look at guys like Omos, for example, who
Mm-hmm.
he's still on a contract, but he's nowhere to be found.
He's
What
not been seen since what the Royal Rumble, I think, with AJ Styles.
I think so.
Pretty much. I could be wrong. I could be wrong in that, but
Because he was over in was it Ring of Honor or was it New Japan?
I think it was
New
New
Japan.
Japan.
He was over there. He was doing not bad. He was getting a decent push. The fans were loving him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like WWE went, okay,
No,
if they're liking you and you're getting over on your own, we can't have that. So we're just pulling you from that, but we're not bringing you back for a storyline.
I
Mm-hmm.
think it's because they went to another promotion still under the contract with WWE. Maybe that's the same way Carlito as well too, because they know like used to terminate the contracts if WWE superstars got caught in another house show, another
Mm,
uh, TNA or Ring of Honor back in the
aye,
day. Because you remember the Highlanders, the tag team.
yes,
One of them was in the audience in TNA, and he got caught, and after that, boom, sacked instantly.
yeah.
So
And if it is this case, what I would actually be worried about Nakamura.
I think he's ready to leave anyways, is he not? His
Uh,
contract is due
Aye.
out shortly.
because
His
he has been
contract
absolutely,
plan.
mm, he's been absolutely
So
shafted.
mm-hmm. He's had it bad, man.
Yeah, he's been
That
made to
US title run.
he's been made to look like a joke, and it was the same deal. Like they let him go away, went to another promotion for a while. He was doing good. He was rehabbing, and then it was like, nah, get your ass back here. AJ Styles was the
Mm-hmm.
same. I know he was featured like in on Raw on Monday, but it was the same deal. They let him go away and kind of get himself. But I think in his case, it was more get himself ring ready to get him back. But
Mm-hmm.
even then, it was like, what's going on?
I know.
So we'll jump to the next point, which is as what Mark mentioned, The Miz. He has deleted all references to WWE from his Twitter. Now, there's two theories that are going round. The first one is the obvious one. He's next in the chopping block. Long timer, what big money contract kind of thing. The other
Taking it
theory
all.
is just that he's just been a bit pissed because they cut R-Truth, and he's waiting for the chopping block and maybe trying to initiate it. What do you guys think?
I think his contract was due up in July as well. Too, is it not?
I
I'm
think it's
pretty
a
much I've read up on that.
I think it is due up soon. So I think that's why everybody's like, holy fuck, is he gonna go now? But I
It's got
think
to be another slow one.
yeah, that'll be a sore one, especially because like the Miz worked so damn hard to like try and shake all the negatives around him. Well, I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
from guys like Benoit and Undertaker, like who bullied the shit out of him, and what
GBL.
JBL bullied anything with a pulse, and sometimes not even
I
if it had a
know.
pulse. Well,
He would bully his own Shara.
he would bully a rock if it got in his way, not the rock. He would bully a rock. What? But it was but the Miz worked so damn hard to kind of get himself to the position he got to, even when it looked like there was no chance that he was coming back. And as Kevin mentioned, like the stuff with R-Truth. I mean, when guys like Triple H were pulling like the Miz and R-Truth off because they were ready to kill them, that was nuclear levels of heat back then. Especially in an era where it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was like, "Holy fuck, this is dying." So
That was before the internet took over.
mm, and he got himself, but he's always been a consistent player. He's always been really good. He's a brilliant ambassador for WWE. What
Oh,
he's
100%.
he's like Cena levels of WWE. Like he's able to really hold his own, and do well
He's top level material.
because of his reality TV background and all that kind of stuff. So he's got the chops to do it. But he's stuck it
Mm-hmm.
out and he stayed. Everybody's kind of going about the roads of like if there's another series cut, we riot. Do you genuinely think it's going to go that way?
I don't think they
No.
will.
Mm. Like,
And the thing is, if the Miz does get shit canned, then that's another 20-year veteran they've lost.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
He showed up in 2004, so this is 21 years that he's gave to that company. It's made him millions.
But he's been
But so
loyal.
where's the loyalty to them?
hmm
Exactly.
yeah. And it's the same kind of deal, like you mentioned, like long-standing veteran, R-Truth gone. Carlito, you could count as a vet, but because he had such a big gap,
Mm-hmm.
what it's a question mark. Cena, lifer, he's going.
Yes,
What
100%.
potentially Miz as well going. What what why are they getting rid of all I know why they're getting rid of the old guard. It's because they're on big money contracts and they don't do as much because that's what wrestling's trying to do, but that's any job, make the most amount of money for the least amount of work. Everybody's trying to do that. In any
Mm-hmm.
job they do, no matter what they do. But all the pencil pushers, they don't care. I mean, I slate them. I used to be a pencil pusher, but so I can slate them. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you all, man.
Yeah. Fuck those pens. Not just the
Give me
pushers,
a hell
just the general pens. Bring back quills.
yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we'll talk about like with this being essentially hunting season now. Who are your odds on aside for like the Miz, who is what they're essentially like what there's no
What you
worthwhile
do.
putting a bet on. Who do you think could possibly be a big name on the chopping block? I'll go to Kev first for that.
I'm going to say Sami Zayn.
Oh. Tread carefully with this ginger. Right, what do you think Sami Zayn?
I love what he's been doing ever since he came back with, see when he came back with the real Intercontinental Championship.
Mm.
his work since then has been consistent, and he's always just getting better and better and better. But they never give him that final push. He's got the talent. He's got the mic work. The crowd loves him. All the fans love him, and they're just shitting on him.
You think Sami Zayn's like this generation's Mick Foley?
Possibly.
A wee bit, aye.
Hmm. Yeah, I would say so because he's got that underdog status. The fans are constantly rooting for him to get to the big time and get the top prize, like, but they're just never pushing it. And it might take. I think if we were still in some sort of like Monday Night War scenario, I think that would be a case like if they said they went, oh, what Sami Zayn's going to win a title, that'll put butts in seats. Everybody would tune over. What for it?
Mm.
What I do get the points you're coming from, but Mark, who do you think?
I've got to go with Austin Theory.
Hmm.
So then,
Right, state the case.
well, again, going back to what I said, he's a Vince guy.
Hmm.
He was then awesome when he was around, and then once he got the bullet, he's been shit pretty much. He's
Hmm.
still been entertaining to watch. He's still doing entertaining things, but I feel like he should be up there with, like, for instance, with LA Knight as well, when Jacob Fatu and Solo and Jimmy. Like, he deserves like another push, but I think he's got to be next.
Hmm.
And we've not seen him on telly for ages either.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. I think it was
yeah.
was it no 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, I think, when Grayson Wheeler was against Sheamus, and the
Hmm.
crowd, they were
Aye.
chanting his name. The crowd's actually cheering for Austin Theory.
Yeah.
So there's
Mhm.
another one that's getting ever with the crowd as well too. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I can see that.
And you
But
mentioned Sheamus, he's gone soon. His contract is already up. He didn't
hmm.
renew it. But they said you can work out the rest of this time up until then. So it's like he's gone as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, at first, my thought was carrying Cross.
Mm.
And it was purely because he was getting over out with the WWE universe, like with his shoot interviews and stuff like that, like and what some of his work interviews, like everybody was really talking about him. Like
Mm-hmm.
quite a good buzz, and we all know WWE don't like somebody getting over when they're on their own when they're on their dime. Zack Ryder was the prime example of that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but but then I thought about Triple H. Like he is more of a Triple H guy, like so maybe not. But so my mind shifted to who I said earlier, which is Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his image has been shattered in WWE. They've not booked him well at all.
Nope.
His US title run was a joke, and that was heartbreaking for a guy that has talent and has charisma. And even when they tried to get him out to do stuff on his own, they didn't like that either. It just seemed like they're just trying to thwart everything for him. So as
Mm-hmm.
much as I really hope not, because I think with the right creative behind him, they could seriously rehabilitate his image in a good way. Because the fans still are on his side. Loads of fans are still on his side.
No,
What I would love to see, but if he is going to go, I would love to see him doing like what AJ Styles did with Taker, a match with AJ Styles, like make it a cinematic match. What just because they are obviously a bit older now, what
mm-hmm.
and hark back to their time when they had those banger after banger matches. What and give him
No,
what
definitely.
give him a walking off into the rising sunset. There we
I mean, for me,
go.
AJ,
Casual bit of racism right there.
I would say that seems a wee bit racist.
Yeah, everybody knows that
Like,
I'm not.
come on.
No worries. Everybody knows that I'm not racist. I have a color TV.
I was just going to say something
That's a line that
happened.
I would expect Triple H to come out with. In fairness,
I've got a call of TV. Do you
yeah.
not remember the scene in the Attitude Era where Triple H pretends to be Chinese or Japanese?
Mm-hmm.
I remember what. No,
Yeah.
that's fucking right racist right there.
Yeah. Let's say like if you look through Triple H's back catalogue, it does not make for comfortable viewing.
No,
It's
not
like
racist.
it makes it like he's racist, he's homophobic, he's a necrophiliac. Because everybody says like, oh, it was making out that Kane was the necro. It was like it was Triple H and Kane geared fucking a corpse. What?
Okay.
So it was Triple H. What? That the Reign of Terror, like what men, women, like corpses, flies. It didn't care. Triple H shagged it.
You
What?
weren't caring, man.
Yeah, that's it. And
Allegedly.
allegedly, we always have to cover an allegedly in these shows. What? Otherwise, I get even more abuse than I'm already getting. But yeah. So we are basically wrapping up on time. So we'll do like kind of final thoughts. So Kev, we'll leave yours for the end because I think yours will be the most emotional. Mark, final thoughts on our truth.
Well, I'm hoping that he does really well, whatever he does, but I hope he has a good run in TNA. If he goes there, I'm my fingers are crossed that he goes to TNA after this. No
Okay.
AEW.
Yeah.
Take that.
I don't think he'll go to AEW. What I think he knows what's going on over there. My final thoughts for our truth is just thank you for all of the memories that he made. Like, and
No man,
at the same time, like he ain't done. He's dropping another album. It sounds like a banger. He's got an OnlyFans set up. What? Yeah.
has he got that sorted
Yes, well, he said like what everybody will be allowed in brackets, even Mark Henry, and I'm like, oh,
out?
here we go. But he'll be all right. He'll be okay. What there are companies that are itching to get him because they know it's going to be a massive power move if they do so. What
I think he'll end up coming back. With the
yeah.
people, the other people, whatever you call it, they'll bring him back.
Yeah. So there'll be something. So
Mm.
I'm just glad that the outpouring of love and support for him has happened the way it's happened because it's more than due. And Kev, what to your man, what are you gonna say?
Well, we've got the memories of these fantastic matches, these ups and downs. He's been comedy gold for the past 10, 15 years. The whole 24/7 title was a joke. He knew it was a joke and he ran with it.
Mhm.
Those segments are some of the most enjoyable segments of Raw and SmackDown for so long.
Hmm.
It was boring for a long time,
Yep.
but you look forward to these segments. And personally, I think he's done with wrestling now.
Mm.
And it's just going to be that we get to see him on the socials as himself. And he definitely needs to go into the Hall of Fame
Yeah, I
because
think
he's had a Hall of Fame.
yeah, we're all agreed on that. That's 100%. Well, and he is the most decorated wrestler in terms of titles because 56 24/7 titles. That will never be fucking topped.
Nope,
Never.
No.
never, never
What?
be beaten.
No. Unless little Jimmy,
Unless you
did
keep wheeling
57.
John Cena out to win a world title every couple of years, rolling out,
Yeah.
get him to pin somebody, there you go.
Yeah. I'm surprised they've not done that with Ric Flair, in all honesty, but that's another video for another day.
Whoa.
What? But anyway, we are coming up on time. So, guys, thanks again for jumping on.
Thanks for having me, my man.
Yeah. Well,
Pleasure as always.
and to our truth. Well, see you on the other side, buddy. Peace out.
Yeah.